Now, the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
The Michigan State men's basketball team wrapped up their three-game homestand this past Tuesday by taking down Indiana 81-60. Last season, the Hoosiers were the lone team to beat Michigan State at the Breslin Center, and Indiana is now led by first-year head coach Darren DeVries. Here's a quick recap of how the Spartans were able to get it done and take some momentum out west. Tuesday was the first game at the Breslin Center with the students back from winter break. Jeremy Fierce Jr. goes full speed ahead, lays it in to give the Spartans the early lead. Indiana, though, came to play. Lamar Wilkerson hits the three to put the Hoosiers up by 7. Fierce would take over the first half for MSU. Here he gets the bucket and the foul. Fierce had 19 first half points on Tuesday, and he wasn't just scoring. Fierce finds Kerr Tang in the corner for 3. Tang had 11 points with 3 threes off the bench, helping MSU lead by 7 at the break. Indiana started the second half strong with this transition dunk by Wilkerson, tying things up at 53 with just over 11 minutes to play. From there, MSU shut the water off and went on a big run. First, Cam Ward attacks the rim for the bucket and the foul. Then it was the human highlight reel. Taking flight, Cohen Carr rises up for the car jam and has a little smile for the green and white faithful. A little bit later, great hustle play by Jackson Kohler, saves the ball. Fierce takes it all the way to the cup. The Spartans went on a 19-0 run in the second half to pull away. Michigan State took down Indiana 81-60. Our Tyler Driesinga was there and has more on this win.
A career night for Jeremy Fierce Jr. started right from the opening tip against Indiana. Fierce scored 17 of the team's first 21 points, keeping the Spartans in the game as the rest of the team found its flow early on. By night's end, he had posted his third double-double of the season, adding 10 assists to go with his career-high 23 points.
All in all, I thought that was one of Jeremy's best games. He defended pretty well. He pushed the ball exceptionally well. He shot the ball pretty well, so it was a good win and a good, as I said all along, when the head is good, the body's good. When the head dies, the body dies, and he is our head. And the better he plays, I think the better we play.
Never really been, I guess you can say, a high point scorer here. Like, obviously, my job is to still get the guys shots and make plays and defend and stuff like that. So it's kind of, whatever the flow of the game is, I kind of, play and based off that.
He's the leader. He's gonna lead us and take us to the top. So I mean, we just kind of followed along with his energy, and he just stayed aggressive and made sure to keep us in the game.
Indiana trailed by 7 at the break, but clawed back early in the second half. Lamar Wilkerson scored 11 points in the first 9 minutes of the half, and his dunk with 11:19 to go tied the game at 53. Little did the Hoosiers know that would be the last point they would score for the next 6.5 minutes. The Spartans reeled off a 19-0 run, highlighted by this transition slam from Cohen Carr. But for as exciting as the offense was in that stretch, it was the defense stepping up possession after possession and crashing the glass. For the game, MSU out-rebounded Indiana 37-19.
The defend, rebound, and run has been our motto now for 30 years. And when we do it right, when Jeremy pushes like he's pushing, we can be an effective team.
Just going in the game, we want to out-rebound every single team. That's what we're about. Just trying to be physical, and we knew that this game would have to be really important, controlling the glass, trying not to give them any extra possessions, because they're a very good offensive team. And I think we took care of business on the rebounding side of things.
The Breslin Center has been kind to the Spartans this season. This win improved their record to 10-1 on their home floor. But a challenge awaits this weekend. MSU has played only 2 true road games all year, and a 2-game West Coast swing is up next.
I'm just going to keep living the dream and try not to wake up and see if we can take another step this week on the road.
Last season, MSU went 0-2 on its trip out west, and they'll look to avoid a similar fate when they play at Washington on Saturday and at Oregon on Tuesday. Reporting from the Breslin Center, I'm Tyler Driesinga.
Last season, Washington and Oregon came to East Lansing, and MSU was able to pick up wins in both of those games on their way to winning the Big Ten championship. The Michigan State women's basketball team was just out west this past week to take on the Huskies and Ducks. We'll have more on those victories coming up right after the break.
We show up every day to lead, to grow, to build.
Being a Spartan means leading with purpose.
It's about trust.
It's about team.
It's about showing up. That kind of commitment carries beyond the ring.
Into the classroom, into the community.
MSUFCU understands that.
They're more than a partner.
They're with us.
Every step.
They believe in what we're building.
They're all in. Join the team that backs the Spartans.
MSUFCU.
Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
With an 85-81 victory over Oregon this past Sunday, the Michigan State women's basketball team not only swept its West Coast trip, but was able to get off to the program's best start in 15 seasons at 16-1. We had a chance this week to catch up with the team as they made their way back to East Lansing and talk about how the season has been going thus far. The West Coast trip started with an 82-67 win over then number 23 Washington on Thursday. Kennedy Blair finished with a team-high 21 points and helped the Spartans come back after an 11-point deficit in the first quarter. Then in the win over Oregon on Sunday, MSU trailed by as much as 16 points in the first half, found a way to lead at halftime, and hung on for the victory, showing this team's ability to handle some adversity.
Kind of to weather the storm. Both had great game environments. Yeah, I thought our team did a great job of not panicking and kind of just chipping away. And for us to take a lead in both of those games at halftime was huge. And I think it was a real testament to our team. And we had a lot of kids sub in who helped with that. You know, we had kids come into the game who really kind of got us on runs and kids ready to play in their roles.
We learned a lot. We were down in both games by a pretty big amount, and we're able to overcome that. So I think that also gives us a lot of confidence, you know, in those games where we might be down by 10 or so in the first quarter, not to freak out. You know, we've been in this place before, and, you know, we've dug ourselves out of a hole. So I think we got a lot of confidence from it, but obviously still a lot of room to grow.
MSU was also playing both games out west without standout senior point guard Theron Halleck due to injury. And even though Halleck has not been able to play much this season, she still has been able to make an impact from the bench.
Well, we always give her a task for the game, you know, and there's usually something pretty specific that we need to make sure we're communicating and dialed in on. And she's been awesome about that. You know, I think she's done a really good job of staying engaged, and whatever task we've given her for that game, she's been really good at being vocal with it.
She's just really loud on the bench. She communicates, you know, what we're running, what defense we're in, who's back on defense, everything like that. So definitely putting her voice to use.
As for the great start to this season, it's added some extra excitement around the program that has already been on the rise under third-year head coach Robin Freilich. Despite having the program's best start to a season in 15 seasons, the team tries to not pay too much attention to all the outside noise.
Try to insulate myself from all that. You know, one of the phrases we use a lot in our program is just stay in the huddle. You know, I think anytime you get outside of the huddle, there's just noise. Sometimes it's good noise, sometimes it's bad noise, but I find that the noise is never actually that helpful. So, you know, through season, for better for worse, I just try to stay in the huddle and focus on the next task at hand.
I think it's important not to get wrapped up in it because, you know, it's just a stat. So we're just gonna continue to put our head down and work and play hard and hopefully win some games.
A big reason for MSU's success this season is due to its three-point shooting ability. As of this past week, the Spartans were leading the Big Ten in three-point percentage. And part of that has to do with the play of Purdue transfer Rashunda Jones, who has the nickname Spider and had a season-high 23 points against Oregon.
Well, we knew she was a really good player in our league. I mean, she was on the all-freshman team her freshman year at Purdue. But she has really evolved. You know, we feel like she's a player, too, who has come in and had a lot of experience in our league, but we also feel like she has really improved even since she got here this summer.
This weekend, it'll be another tough road test for the Spartans as they play at number 11 Iowa on Sunday at 8 o'clock, and then they'll be back home on Thursday to take on USC. Coming up after the break, we'll turn our attention to the Michigan State gymnastics program, who began the season this past weekend. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
The Michigan State gymnastics program is coming off a historic 2025 season. The Spartans made it all the way to the semifinals of the NCAA championships, which came after advancing to the national meet for the first time since 1988. The Spartans ended the season ranked number 6 in the country, which is the highest final ranking MSU has had in program history. This past weekend, the Spartans began the 2026 season with a quad meet out in Utah. MSU finished in 3rd place, and we had a chance this week to sit down with head coach Mike Rowe to talk about this brand new season for his group. We'll just start with, obviously, you guys started the season last week, but we'll just start overall heading into this new year, coming off a very impressive 2025 season. What is sort of the outlook of this team heading into this season?
We just want to pick up where we left off, and where our qualification system into postseason this year is a little different. We're adding 2 more meets to the mix of the average that qualifies us there. So our strategy is to always come out of the gate strong and try to be consistent and peak obviously by conference meet. So we're doing well and staying up in the rankings. Even though we came out of the gates at a decent this last week, it was an okay showing, but it wasn't our best showing. So rankings determination after the preseason poll don't look great right now, but we're in a real good spot. I feel good about it. The goal is, now that the kids have had a taste of being at nationals down in Fort Worth, is making it 4 on the floor. We got a lot of talent. We lost some talent. We lost some experience, but we've gained, the talent is there. We just got to work on the experience, and we were fortunate enough to be able to get some of those kids some exposure out on the podium, the same podium that's going to be used at nationals, the same equipment that's going to be used at nationals against some of the top teams in the country. It was good. So, Big Ten season opens this weekend, and we're optimistic. We're out 2 All-Americans right now. 1 will be back, hopefully this week, but we're going to test the waters today, and if not this week, definitely for UCLA. Amy's out for the season, unfortunately, but and a couple chronic little things that we haven't been able to get some consistency in training on some of the kids, but there's no excuses. We have the depth and the talent to be able to fix things and right things, and it just makes the strategy and the decision-making process that more difficult, which we love that we're in that position. It just makes it more difficult.
And despite losing the veterans that you lost from last season, you still bring back a solid senior class of Sage leading the group there. What can you talk or say about her? Obviously another year of being a captain, and how has she continued to get better and grow as a leader for this group?
She really has, and obviously because she dealt with some injuries herself during the preseason that kept her training a little on and off and stuff. So she was still there as a very strong leader for the others, the inexperienced or others that just need a go-to person, and Stephanie and Olivia as well. They've all been down that injury pathway at some point in their careers, some of them more than once, and their leadership has really stepped up, and in those instances where maybe they're not training as consistently and leading by example, they're being vocal leaders that are really helping the youngsters and the transfers right used to our program. But I'll give an example. Nia Howard, transfer from Georgia, whatever, is an amazing leader. Her presence and she's a technician, and she's very positive, reinforcing, she really cares about her Spartan sisters, her teammates, and for the good of the whole team. So there's kids that don't have that title that are stepping up to even help out when the leadership may not seem to be as strong as it could be, but that hasn't really seemed to be an issue because we've had people from all walks that are helping out.
Is there a motto for this group heading into this new season? I feel like in the last few years there's been a saying that this group goes by.
There is. It's a little, we kind of keep the motto secret. People have figured it out sort of whatever, but I'm going to leave you kind of hanging a little bit just because we feel as a staff and as a program that we've built a good foundation for this program over the past 4 or 5 years since COVID, and it has something to do about that, the effect of, maintaining that foundation, and that's where we're going. But
the growth of the program and having high expectations year after year now, the last few seasons, what does that just show you about the way the program has grown, and what's impressed you about the growth of this program?
I think what's impressed me the most is that the new kids coming in, I mean, we lost a big class, we had a big class coming in, and it's like they all stepped on board and just, they're riding it. There was no doubt. So I think the messages being sent in our recruiting and, the dialogue that we're presenting to not only, on their visits and stuff, but the club coaches out there, what our angle and how we're approaching it is they're buying into it, and the fact that when they come here and see it and they decide to commit here or sign here or whatever, they actually experience it. It's word of mouth. It's, people, how they see us respond or react on TV as a staff with our athletes, how they interact with each other. It's demonstrating itself.
I know you guys will be at Iowa this weekend, but the following weekend, UCLA comes to the Breslin, going to be on national TV. Yeah. Can you speak to on the growth of gymnastics as a sport, especially here at Michigan State, and what this community has done to rally around this program?
Well, I think it's great for what the community has done. It's amazing, and we're thrilled that we've got so many fans and followers right now, and we're just trying to grow that as much as we can, even more. But I think one of the things that, whether it's revenue sharing or NIL or whatever it's done, that's brought some of these Olympians back into the program, these big names, big faces, to come back and decide to continue their NCAA or venture out and get involved with the NCAA program, has really helped the sport a lot because they bring more visibility on that level. But it's up to everybody's game too. Everybody's better this year. I mean, the Big Ten is going to be stronger this year. And you could just see for opening week 1. I mean, this was the first year in probably a decade that we haven't opened on week 1 because it was so close to the new year. But week 1, there were some pretty decent scores, 196, 197, and the same thing with this next week too. So everybody's raising the bar, raising their game, and that's because of the visibility that we're getting, and attendance records are breaking all over the place. It's very exciting for our sport, and I think it makes the administration happy, ticket sales and all that good stuff. It makes everybody happy. So we just want to continue contributing to that on our part.
Michigan State finishing on floor exercise. Good opportunity for that.
Have you had a change in approach with coaching, anything like that, or do you sort of keep the main thing, everything you've been doing the last few years? It's worked, so why not, or why change it?
I just try to raise my bar every year. My staff does the same thing. We work with these, it's a team, but it's really an individual sport, and we have them on individual events. So we really try to form a partnership or relationship with each one of these individuals that are on our event, and know that, I'm here as a resource for you to make you the best gymnast you've ever been. You're going to do your best gymnastics at this level at Michigan State, and if not, then that's my fault. So we have to, continually challenge, push ourselves, go through different resources, different techniques. We have to start on details a lot sooner, which we did this year, and it's making us better. So it's just upping your game a little bit every year, seeing where you can tweak it, seeing what event. You don't want to have an Achilles heel on any event, but it's all about early on recognizing or being able to identify what could be a problem, where you're losing some of your stronger performers, and being able to fill those gaps and get working on the people who are going to step up and do it.
What do you think could be a strength of the group this season and could help this team compete for a Big Ten title?
Well, Beam saved us this last weekend. Beam was great, and it was one of our lower ranked events last year, and that was not on any, it was just like the final ranking or whatever, because there were numerous meets where Beam was our highest event. So it could be anywhere. Bar should be high, vault should be high, floor should be high. I think we lost the most contributors on floor, 3 last year. So there's a lot of spots. I'm not saying they're open because they're being filled with kids that were on the team last year and freshmen coming in and transfers. So it's still early in the game. No lineups are near to be solidified. Like I said, we got to keep them healthy because anything can happen on any given time. But yeah, it's go time.
The The Spartans were without Olivia Zarmani this past weekend, and Mike Rowe hopes to have his senior captain back from injury sometime. Key pieces to the Michigan State gymnastics team this season is senior Olivia Zarmani, who competes in the all-around and is a team captain for this year's group. Our Kara Adams recently had a chance to sit down with her to learn more about her gymnastics upbringing.
As Olivia Zarmani enters her senior year at Michigan State, the Statesville, North Carolina native has always known she could get to this level.
I think I noticed, like, during practice, I'll always go home and then look at videos of older gymnasts and, like, Olympians and be like, oh my gosh, I want to do that one day. And it was always my dream to just do it at a bigger level.
Growing up with 4 sisters and 1 brother, athletics were and still are a huge part of the Zarmani households.
My family is go-getters. My parents are go-getters. So, like, it was very easy for me to just, like, look after them and be like, I want to go get that too. Those were the people that I always looked up to growing up. Like, they were athletes, so I was like, okay, I can do the same thing. I can just be like my older siblings.
So when Olivia's parents put her into gymnastics at age 7, she never looked back. And when the time came to take her talents to the next level, it was a little bit of a different recruiting process because of an injury and the COVID-19 pandemic.
I had an injury my junior year of high school, but it was right before COVID, so I made it more of an opportunity to, like, sit back and realize that nobody else was really doing gymnastics at the time, so I had time to, like, recover and be back on track.
Along with her family's support, she eventually found herself at Michigan State.
I'm very close with my family, and they're super duper supportive of me. I just know that during that time my dad really helped me change my perspective of, like, knowing that nobody else was really doing gymnastics at that time. So this is your time to rest and, like, stay in shape the best as possible and get my rehab in. It was very easy to talk to the coaches here at Michigan State. They are super open about their goals and what goals I have coming into college gymnastics, so I was super excited about the process.
How much has that perspective and mindset just helped you now throughout your time here at Michigan State?
I think, like, the little setbacks, like, I know that isn't gonna end my career. Just know that I can be a huge impact whether or not I'm doing gymnastics or not. Just knowing that I can be someone that people can lean on, even just vocally.
This year at Michigan State and last year you competed in the all-arounds. What does that kind of mean to you to be kind of one of these core pieces to this Michigan State team?
Coming in, I had the goal to compete all around, and I wasn't able to my freshman year or sophomore year, but knowing that I had so much time to, like, work so hard on each event to be able to do all around, I was able to do all around last year for 2 meets, and I was super happy. That was like a dream come true to me. So knowing how hard I've worked until now to just be able to go out there and do all 4 events confidently and just, like, happy, I'm super excited.
You're captain on this team. What did that mean to you when you found out that you were captain?
It meant everything to me. I was super excited. Knowing that the coaches and the girls put trust in me to lead the team means everything. It's something that I've always dreamed of as well.
Her head coach, Mike Rowe, has had a huge impact on her during her time in East Lansing.
Mike is a very positive person in my ear. It's so easy to talk to him. It's so easy to communicate and just be open about new things, new routines, new music, everything. He's super easy to talk to.
As Olivia continues through her senior year, she'll be the best leader she can be and continue to help Michigan State rise in college gymnastics.
Zarmani and the Spartans will be back in action on Saturday at Iowa for their first Big Ten dual meet of the season. That'll be it for this week's show. As always, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you later.
Now, the play of the week, sponsored by Schupan & Sons.
Tries to slip it in and take it away by Kohler. Up ahead, Kohler, look out! Timeout, Indiana!
These live ball ones, Cohen Carr, he is shot out of a cannon here. And even though you got somebody running him down, Dayton Connerway underneath, you are not getting to this thing.
At Michigan State, we don't just chase dreams, we build them together.
MSUFCU stands with us.
And every season,
on every field, every dream.
MSUFCU Women of Sparta
is more than a program. It's a movement.
We're creating the next generation of leaders because when Spartans support Spartans, there's nothing we can't do.
This is what strength looks like.
This is Women of Sparta.